Hello guys, Crispy here and welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm going to be testing the GTX 1650 in Watch Dogs 2. This is the GDDR5 model of this card, by the way. It is also the Gigabyte Mini ITX OC model. It doesn't need any external power connectors. And I overclocked it a little bit here, plus 50 MHz on the core clock, plus 100 MHz on the memory clock. And I'm running it with a Ryzen 7 3700X and 16 gigs of RAM. Latest drivers are being used from Nvidia, of course, and let's get straight into it. Going over the settings, I'm going to be playing here at 1920 by 1080 or 1080p resolution, 90 FOV right there, medium, high, very high, and ultra settings preset, starting off with the medium settings with no motion blur, because I don't really like motion blur. So this is the medium settings preset, and it seems like it is running really well on medium settings. I haven't really gone through the benchmark run yet, of course, but just going by these FPS that we're getting right now, I really think you guys should play at these settings, or at like, I didn't really mean to do that. God damn it. I really think you shouldn't play on low settings. You should use medium, high, maybe very high settings if you want to play this game, because as you can see, even in the middle of the explosion right there, it doesn't seem like it is dropping from 60 FPS. So this is an extremely playable and extremely good experience with the 1650 in Watch Dogs 2. I'm very happy to see this. You know, this game used to be very demanding when it came out in 2016, I believe, at least. It was a very demanding game to run, especially on the CPU side of things, because back then quad cores were still the norm, you know, and by the CPU utilization, this game is using up to like, what, 12 threads sometimes? Remember, I'm running a 3700X, which has 16 CPU threads, and it's going up to 80% at times. So it's really CPU demanding, and if you want to play this game with these frames that we're getting right now, something like a Ryzen 5 2600 should do it, or Ryzen 7 1700. A year or two ago, I had a Ryzen 7 1700, and I played this game. That CPU was at 3.7 gigahertz. I overclocked it just a little bit, you know, but yeah, it was at 3.7 gigahertz in all of the cores, and it was actually very capable. You know, it ran this game absolutely fine at 60 plus FPS when not GPU bound. So if you have one of those first gen Ryzens with a lot of threads, or a Ryzen 5 2600, you should be able to get an average of around 70 to 74 FPS like we're getting right now. 1% lows are at 58, extremely smooth experience, no stuttering whatsoever, and the game looks pretty decent on medium settings. So if you want that 60 plus FPS experience, this is the way to go. Alright, so here we are right now. I'm gonna go through the settings. Alright, video right there. High settings across the board. I'm just gonna disable this once again, and 1080p resolution. Of course, I'm not gonna touch the resolution throughout this video. We're only playing at 1080p because it's a very adequate resolution for a 1650, and yeah, it is dropping already from 60 FPS, as you can see, but this being a single player title, you don't really need 60 plus FPS all of the time. Should I just hack everybody over here? I'm gonna hack them all. Hide in the car. I don't want to hide. Anyways, let's just keep on moving here. Explosions, yes please. It drops into the 40s. Not bad still. Very playable experience. Yeah, I could still enjoy this game absolutely fine with these settings and FPS. As I told you, you don't need 60 plus all of the time if you're playing a single player title, in my opinion. If you do need that, of course, you always have the option to play this game at the medium settings and get that experience. But to be honest, I would prefer the slightly higher, or way higher actually, visual fidelity coming from high settings compared to medium. It's definitely noticeable everywhere. The textures as well, they look way better. We're at 3.5 gigabytes of VRAM utilization right now, 8.5 gigabytes of RAM utilization, so you will need something like 12 or 16 gigabytes of RAM if you want to play comfortably without any stuttering issues. And right now, as we are getting lower FPS, you don't really need a very beefy CPU. You know, 12 threads should be okay and very reasonable for a 1650. but something like a Ryzen 3 3100 or even a 1400 overclocked should be able to max out the 1650 at the high settings 1080p resolution and get these FPS that we're getting right now. So okay, so this is not going very well. All right. Final explosion right there. Here we go. Yeah, this is a very good experience still. No stuttering. And oh my god. Okay, there we go. Into the water. You can see that the water especially looks a lot better than medium settings. They're all laughing. What are you laughing at? I'm gonna steal everything from you, guy. I'm gonna steal everything. I want to electrify somebody. What? Oh, I know what they're laughing at. It's my shorts. Look at that. Yeah, probably. Anyways, my friends, we're here once again. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that people reacted to your outfit in this game. That's funny, actually. Let's turn off motion blur right here. Yeah, I showed you. It was on very high settings. We just turned it off. And 1080p resolution. Let's go. Okay, alright. Start counting our FPS over here. What are you wearing, dude? What is this? He's wearing a tongue. Okay. Alright, so we just stole a car right here. We borrowed it. I'm gonna give it back, obviously. Start the explosions. Let's go. Very high settings. It's a 30 plus FPS experience, I think. So it's still very playable, very doable. If you want to play with a controller and get like a console-like experience, you know. God damn it. You could definitely do that here with the 1650. It's actually very playable, you know, with 30 something FPS. I was expecting lower FPS coming from the 1650. You know, the game looks good and it runs well even on entry-level GPUs like the 1650. You bastards, man. Look at my car right now. God damn it. Alright, okay. We're good. We're good. I will be able to finish the benchmark run. Let's go. We can do this. Okay, I'm gonna try to explode this. There we go. There we go. We did it. Very nice. There we go. Water. Very beautiful water. I always loved the water here in Watch Dogs 2, by the way. 42 FPS on average, 35 1% lows. Still a very pleasant experience, not gonna lie, guys. Everybody laugh it off. Okay. No one wants to laugh it off? Well, they learned it. They learned their lesson. Oh my god. Oh my god. The FPS, by the way. Let me just disable motion blur and show you the ultra settings preset. Here we go. Motion blur, turn that off. Okay, everything is fine. We're still at 1080p, obviously. Oh my god. There's a huge difference between very high and ultra settings in terms of the FPS. So, well, yeah. If you have the 1650, I am not really gonna recommend this kind of experience right here. You know, it's not really that good. Let me just hack everybody. All right, ladies. Yeah, thank you very much. Just take it and go. That's my jam. Let's go. Let's do this. Explosion. All right. Oh boy, this is extremely rough right now. Now it could still be playable, but why? Why would you play at 20 something FPS when you can play at like 60 or 30 plus or 45 plus? I don't know, man. The game does look really good now. Textures on the ultra settings actually do use up to like 5 or 5.2 gigabytes of VRAM. We saw that with the GTX 1660 Ti that will come tomorrow, actually, but I've already made that video, okay? It's not really stuttering too much. There are like a few stutters here and there, but it's 25 FPS on average. It's not really what you want, even in a single player title. Maybe in Tetris, that's okay. What did I do? That's been it for this video, I think. Thank you very much for watching it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. 10 gigabytes of RAM utilization, by the way, right there. I'll catch you in the next one, my friends. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you are interested in watching more videos on the 1650 or one of the other 40 GPUs that I have. So, yeah, keep tuned in for more. As always, guys, love you all. Bye-bye. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. There we go. Look at the beautiful water right here. Yes.